Chapter 1. The House on Dunning Road. There's a house on Dunning Road no one dares to look at for too long. It doesn't lean or rot like the usual forgotten homes. It just waits, with windows like vacant eyes and a front porch that feels like a throat ready to swallow you whole. They say it's empty, but the lights flicker in the attic. And every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., a door opens inside, a door that never closes. When Claire Huxley moved to Dunning Road, she wasn't searching for horror. She was looking for stillness, anything to muffle the screeching static her life had become. After her sister died in a car crash Claire caused, silence became her sanctuary and her punishment. So when she found a teaching job in a sleepy New Hampshire town with a too-cheap-to-be-true rental, she packed her things and left Boston behind. The house was old, 3 stories, Tudor style. A long, cracked path led up to a warped red door with peeling paint. No one met her. The key had been left under a ceramic frog beside the porch, just like the property manager promised. Claire noticed it the first night, a faint creaking above her room. Not rats, not wood settling, but a door opening. She looked up at the ceiling, and for the briefest moment, she heard breathing. Chapter 2. The door in the dark, the attic door, was odd, not because of where it was, but how it was. It sat at the far end of a narrow hallway on the 3rd floor, built into the sloped ceiling like a scar. No handle, no latch, just a wooden plank door, almost flush with the wall, with a faint line of darkness around its edge, and it never closed all the way. Claire noticed it on her second day. The air near it was colder, wet somehow. The scent was unmistakable, damp wood, mould, and something sweet, like rotting fruit or old blood. She placed her palm against the surface. It pulsed just once beneath her hand. That night, the door creaked open again at exactly 2:13 a.m. This time, she saw a shadow spill across the hallway floor. It moved, slowly, like something, crawling, dragging itself forward. Claire turned on every light in the house. She didn't sleep again that night. Chapter 3. Whispers in the Walls days past. Claire tried to ignore it. She blasted music, slept with the lights on. But every night the door opened, and every night something crept just a little further out. She began to notice other things. Scratches on the hallway floor. Faint wet footprints leading toward her bedroom door. A whisper behind her when she looked into mirrors. The voice said only one thing. "You let her die." Claire broke the bathroom mirror in a panic. She started dreaming of her sister again, bloodied, twisted in metal, one hand pressed to the window of their wrecked car, mouthing something over and over. "Open the door!" One night, Claire tried recording the attic door on her phone. She set the camera up and left it running while she hid in her room. When she watched the footage the next morning, her screen went black at 2:12 a.m. At 2:14, it came back on, and something was staring directly into the lens. Chapter 4. The Thing That Crawls. The figure was thin, twisted. Its limbs moved wrong, jerking in sharp, unnatural angles. Its eyes were wide and white, like marbles soaked in milk. It didn't blink. It leaned closer to the lens until its teeth filled the screen. jagged and yellow, like snapped bones. Then it whispered, not with a voice, but inside her head. "Open the door. Let her in." Claire threw the phone, left the house, drove to a motel and stayed there for 2 days. But the dreams followed, and she wasn't alone in the motel either. She woke up on the second night to see the door to her bathroom open, slowly swinging shut. Only it never fully closed. It stopped, just an inch ajar, and something breathed from the other side. Chapter 5. Secrets Beneath the Floorboard. Claire returned home, desperate for answers. She tore through the house, checking every room, every crawl space. And in the attic, behind a stack of dusty trunks, she found a hatch. It was nailed shut with rusted spikes. Underneath it, someone had carved words into the wood. "Do not let her out." Claire pried it open. What she found was a second attic, a sealed room below the main attic floor. Inside, dolls with melted faces, dead birds strung from twine, and a mirror covered in black cloth. And in the corner, a child's drawing on old parchment. It showed a little girl standing at a door, on the other side a mirror of her. But the mirror girl had no eyes, and her mouth was open too wide, screaming. Below it, written in a child's handwriting, "The wrong one came back." Chapter 6. Echoes of the Lost Claire dug into the town's records. The house had belonged to the Albrechts, a family of 5, parents, twin daughters, and a son. In 1972, the youngest daughter, Emily, vanished. Her twin, Eliza, claimed she had been taken by the door in the attic, but no one believed her. The case went cold. The family moved, and the house remained abandoned until recently. But Eliza never left town. Claire found her in a care facility, locked in a room with no windows. She hadn't spoken in years, until Claire said one word: "Emily." Eliza turned, eyes wide, and whispered, "That's not my sister." Chapter 7. The thing in her skin. Claire began to lose time. She'd wake up in the hallway, in the attic. Once she woke up staring directly into the open door, just inches from blackness. And something was whispering inside her mouth, moving her tongue. Using her voice, she vomited black sludge, found long dark hairs in her drain that weren't hers. Her pupils changed shape in the mirror, slit like a cat's. Then round again. She stopped trusting herself. One night she clawed at her own chest in a panic, convinced something was beneath her skin. And it was. She pulled a tooth, not hers, from her shoulder blade. Chapter 8. A deal with the dark desperate. Claire returned to Eliza. "How do I stop it?" she pleaded. Eliza smiled for the first time in decades. "You don't. You choose." She explained. The door was a threshold, not to hell, not to another dimension, but to a mirror world, a twisted echo of ours, made of loss, pain, and regret. Once opened, it demands a trade. One soul in, one soul out. That's why it opens every night, looking for the right one. It took Emily because she was meant to die in her sister's place. Now it wants Claire, or her sister, or someone else she chooses. Chapter 9. The final night Claire stood at the attic door. 2:12 a.m. Behind her, the house groaned. Every light flickered. The walls wept something dark and thick. She held a picture of her sister, whispered an apology. The door opened, wide. Inside, a hallway of mirrors, 1,000 reflections. In each one, she was different, burned, broken, missing pieces. In the centre stood Emily, but not the real Emily. This one had no eyes, and she smiled with too many teeth. "You came back," it hissed. "No," Claire said, stepping forward. "I'm trading places." Chapter 10. The House Waits. The door slammed shut at 2:14 a.m., and for the first time in months, it stayed closed. Police found the house empty weeks later. The attic door wouldn't open, as if it was never there. Claire was never seen again. But sometimes, if you drive past the house on Dunning Road at exactly 2:13 a.m., you'll see a light flicker in the attic. And if you look closely at the window, you'll see someone watching you, smiling, because that door never really closes. And every night, something still comes out.